This morning, we are hearing from a Maple Plain man who was on that Delta flight that crash landed in Toronto. Matter of fact, our Pauline Lee joins us from the live desk with why he says he truly feels lucky to be alive. Pauline, I'm guessing that's a sentiment along a lot of those passengers.
Oh, for sure. Every single one of them, right? Matt Cunningham says he walked into a big pile of hugs when he got home, and he says he and so many others now are still left wondering how this all happened in the first place. He was one of the 80 people on board when the plane came in hard, landing, losing a wing, and then toppling, spinning upside down, flipping upside down, catching fire. He says he was sitting in a window seat about 8 rows back from the exit at the front end of the plane, and he remembers the passenger next to him helping him get his seatbelt off as they fell into the luggage overhead compartments that now became the floor below them, and they tried to reorient themselves on an upside down plane. Here's what he said he saw and heard happen next.
There was some shouting back and forth. Is somebody opening the doors? You know, we need to get off this plane. The smell of jet fuel became very strong. We could see jet fuel going over the windows, pooling up. Seeing the videos today of the fireball we landed in, it just seems inconceivable that we weren't on fire.
Well, now 2 people still remain in the hospital in critical condition from that crash. Air officials now say 21 of the 80 people were hurt, but still a lot of unanswered questions. This as investigators actually retrieved the black box just yesterday, so that should contain a lot of information as to how this all unfolded, guys.
Yeah, trying to piece that puzzle together. Pauline Lee from the live desk. Pauline, thank you. Now, one critical reason everyone survived, how fast passengers got out of that upside down plane. It only took them a matter of minutes.
This is the reason that we are on the plane, is to evacuate passengers from a crash landing like this safely. And they did that, all 80 people. Now, they did their jobs perfectly.
We are hoping to learn more from the next briefing. When that happens, we'll update you on air and online at WCCO.com.
New this morning, St. Paul Public Schools Board of Education made a couple of changes that will affect your kids. So last night, the board approved Dr. Stacy Sanley as the next superintendent. She will start on May 12th. They also passed new rules regarding student cell phones. Now, cell phones and personal electronic devices will no longer be allowed during school hours. They can either leave their phones at home or in their lockers if they're turned off and, quote, out of sight. These rules will go into effect this fall.
Well, as you would expect, there are some strong reactions coming in regarding the mass layoffs.
So CBS News spoke with voters on the cuts at the Federal Aviation Administration and at the CDC, and they had a wide range of opinions.
Everything just feels very indiscriminately done. There's no purpose to it. They're just slashing people without any kind of thoughtful consideration of what they do, what their job is.
I think it was a little quick. I think you probably could have rolled it out a little better, but I think overall it's going to be good in the long run.
Now, the White House says it is the federal agencies that are making the decisions about who to cut. So inside cars, cell phones, computers, and much more, you will find permanent magnets that make all of this work.
And one Minneapolis company is manufacturing them unlike anywhere else. After more than a decade of research and development, Niron Magnetics, based in Minneapolis, says it's discovered something special: how to make magnets without mining rare earth elements that they can be hard to come by, depending on what's happening around the world. Currently, 90% of the world's permanent magnets are produced in China. Getting the materials to make them can be costly and environmentally damaging, but Niron says it found a new way to make them.
Demand is expected to triple, the supply might double over the next 10 to 15 years. So we know there's going to be a shortfall of the rare earth elements. Over that time frame, with the pace of development that we're having, we think we can act as an alternative to rare earth magnets in most of those applications.
We will take you inside Niron's Minneapolis labs and explain how the company could help unlock the clean energy transition. That's tonight at 10.